Welcome back, guys, to Chamba Sports. We're back in the studio today, and we're excited. We are also very, very grateful and thankful for all of you showing all the love, especially in Dos Palos. We are so excited and can't wait. We're probably going to start doing that a lot more. We got a lot more interest, so ready to travel and drive because he gets to drive.
I'm used to the driving. That's fine.
So without further ado, just as a reminder, Chamba Sports is here to promote and motivate the next generation of athletes. We're here to share stories and inspire. And we're so excited because today we have a guest and very near and dear, of course. It's one of our Golden Valley athletes. So I'll go ahead and let her introduce herself.
Hi, my name is Suleyma. I'm 16 and I'm a sophomore at Golden Valley. I play soccer and I'm a soccer captain. And I play volleyball for Starlings.
Hi.
Yeah. Hi.
You nervous?
Yeah,
We're gonna get rid of it. We're not gonna be nervous anymore. You're good?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So tell me, I'm excited because you're a sophomore, and
Yeah.
well, first I want to know what a captain does. Before we get into all of that, tell me, how does the captain roll?
A captain for my team. Basically, I just try to help out as much as I can, like setting up drills, talking to the girls, like just giving them advice that sometimes they can't go to our coach about. And I have like given some of our players advice, and I feel like happy that they're able to come to me for advice, and like for like anything they need or anything like that. And basically, I'm just there to like help motivate them, and do like a little more.
So I'm sure that motivation comes from somewhere then, right?
Yeah.
So you are motivated. You're a very motivated little girl. Like you're ready. Look, young lady, and you push your other teammates, and you're only 16.
Yeah.
And are you on varsity?
No, I'm on JV.
JV, but you're still you're getting there.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
So excited that you just jumped straight into it.
I'm so sorry.
You need to know who she is at least.
We're gonna get there. That's the whole point. I wanted to do this to kind of understand your role as a soccer and a captain. I think that's interesting because as a captain, you bring a lot of character, and I can't wait to kind of unfold that character and see what you bring.
Okay.
You get me now?
Yes,
You get me now. He doesn't get my madness
slow.
sometimes.
Right,
But, okay, well, I'm sure that plays a bigger role into who you are. So tell me a little bit about how you got into sports and who you are.
Okay, so when I was little, I think I was like 5. And my brother, he used to play soccer. So I was like, oh. And I would see him outside like juggling a ball. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna go do that, and I'm gonna do it better. So then like he'll be able to juggle the ball like 3 times, and then I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna do it 4 times. So then eventually I just started I just wanted to be like my brother or better than my brother. And then in like elementary school was when I like actually like tried out for like that soccer team. But I didn't make it, and I was like really upset about it. And I went home and I told my mom, I was like, yeah, I didn't make it, but my brother made it. And she was like, why not? And I was like, I don't know. So then after like my mom had talked to some of the coaches, like, oh, is there like any specific reason why? It's just like, oh, she's just too small. Like I don't want her getting hurt. So then I was like really upset about that, and my mom was upset about that too. So I was like, oh, okay. So then I was like, well, I don't want people to look at me and be like, oh yeah, she's too like small to do stuff. So I tried to learn more skills and be able to do better things because like of like how small I am, I guess. And like people see that like, oh, we could take her or something like that. So I was like, oh, I want to be able to like go out there and show them that they can't,
So they try to put it as a weakness, right? No, and don't ever think that because, even if you're small, I'm not, well, I'm big now, but I'm short. And so it's the same thing like that. Don't take that as a weakness. That's not a weakness. That is only a strength. And that's really good how you use that. And that was in elementary. So you progressed from then to now, and it made you better. Made you better. And I kind of feel you. I never had like I had a brother and I would like compete, but it was not like that. But now I see my daughter and my other son that are this like a year apart, and they argue, and she wants to be better. So I feel like that's kind of like you want to be better than him at all times.
What's the age difference?
My brother is 17, I'm 16.
Oh, see,
okay. It's very competitive then.
I think that's what we're gonna have.
Okay.
So you're gonna push. And then when did you get on the team? So was that in 3rd, 4th grade?
Then that's when COVID happened, and then like we really couldn't like do anything. And then in middle school, I tried out in 7th grade, but 7th grade they had this team, and then it like didn't really go our way because they didn't have a girl soccer coach. And like there was only a couple girls that would come out to try out, but we had to try out with the guys. So like there was like, it wasn't really fair to us, but eventually we didn't get that team. But then in 8th grade, they were like still like trying to figure out a coach for us and stuff like that. So then they finally found this one coach. So then I tried out and I made it, and I was like, okay, I'm happy about that, because like, yeah. But then like throughout the season, it was like kind of bumpy, because then we had lost our coach, and then like another coach had to come fill in, and she didn't really coach. So it was really all up to our captains, like to like make the drills and like stuff like that. So it was like kind of hard. But we, I think my middle school team was pretty good. We did good, and we all worked together. And a lot of the girls on that team are like on JV or varsity now. So I'm like pretty happy about that.
Because you grew up with them. So now you've gotten to a time where you get to grow with them, you get to play with them, and it makes you better. Yeah. So outside of that, were you playing any like soccer? It was just school?
It was just school at this time.
Okay. Yeah. And yeah, like school's important. A lot of people like, they don't like, school is, having sports in school is like a really good thing, because then the following years when you go into high school, that's kind of like your pre-warm-up for people that didn't, you know, get to play anywhere else. And especially with COVID, I don't know, because you guys spent 6th grade and 5th grade at home.
Nah, that happens to me too. Elementary school, playing football, basketball and stuff. Couldn't really afford to go out there and do the what's them clubs and everything. I didn't even know that we had clubs back then.
There was okay, we don't know. There was like Mexican club.
I don't
probably.
know.
I don't know.
Yeah, all I know is that, like I said, I loved playing in elementary, after school program, like I said, middle school, and then got me prepared for high school too. So.
Yeah, and we see that now. Now we get to ref the games for the elementary and the, well, not us, but our refs. Shout out to our refs, because you guys get to, he gets to go out there and ref, but we get to see the girls that get to play now, and the 8th graders, the 6th graders. 6th grade now has teams now. That's cool, huh?
Why are you guys so aggressive on against the refs?
Are you guys aggressive on the field? Are you aggressive?
I feel like I am aggressive, but it's like not like too much. Okay. And I try to like hold myself back from not talking back to the refs out of like respect for the refs.
Oh, see, that's what we need. You know,
I think she's telling us that on camera, just not.
Sometimes, you know, the guys, a call is a call sometimes.
Cut us some slack, please.
Oh, that's cool. And then when did you start playing volleyball?
I started playing volleyball in 8th grade. I tried out. I was like just for fun, because I was like, oh, I've never really played volleyball, but like it seemed fun, and a lot of my friends were doing it. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna just try out to like, you know, just try out. And I tried out and I made it, and I was like, oh, this is nice, you know. And I played back row, because like my coach at the time, he told me, oh yeah, like you can't play front row, like you're kind of small. And I was like, oh, okay. So I didn't really like, I was like, okay. So then I like did my best in the back row, and then after a while I was like, oh, I really like this sport, like I want to play this in high school too. So like this that team, it was really nice. I had like friends on that team, and like we all like progressed and like grew up, you know. So it was like really fun, and yeah.
Good. And then you progressed to playing in high school. So you played your freshman year too?
Yeah, freshman year. I played my freshman year on Frost-Off, and I was like, it was like, our team was really nice. I really liked it, because it was like we all like connected, and there was like a good relationship. And our coach at the time, he's retired now, but the coach at the time, he was like really nice, and he was like, he helped us grow as players. And we all grew like really close as a team. So then when the season ended, it was like really emotional, because like we're like, oh, like this is finally over, and it's like, oh, yeah. Well,
and then this year?
This year I'm on varsity.
So you got to play with the big girls.
Yeah. Like it was like a big adjustment moving from Frost-Off to like varsity, and it was like different, because like it was more competitive and more challenging. So I was just like try to adapt and like adjust to it. So like as I'm adjusting to it, it's kind of like hard, because like I know that there's other girls that are like, oh, I need to like during this time I had to really fight for my like playing time, and that's what I really tried to do. So yeah. And
then what are you playing in varsity? What did you play?
I played DS or libero.
Okay. All right. So we've had a few libero, right? What's your name?
I'm still learning.
Oh, he's still learning. Well, that's cool. But you're also playing club, right?
Yeah.
So you're playing volleyball. You're playing soccer right now and club volleyball.
Yeah.
And then you're playing. What about like, is club different for you as an experience? Like, is it different? Does it feel different?
Well, I feel like there's a big difference, because during like high school, it was like really hard, like mentally, because like you were like challenged a lot, and like you'll come straight from school to volleyball, and it was like really hard. And then during the time, I was like trying so hard to not mess up on high school, because like your playing time could get taken away so fast. So I was like, oh, I need to like be the best, and like I was so worried about being the best that I like self-sabotage myself, and like
you can't do that.
like
you
I
self-sabotage. No, you gotta be confident in your own abilities.
Because I was so worried about like making a mistake
that
like I was, and then I just ended up making the mistake like 3 times.
It's okay. Don't think like that.
But then like now in like club, it's like way different, because like you have that extra time to like correct yourself, and like the environment I feel like is way better, and like you just like your coaches, you just have more free time with your coaches, and like you're able to learn more and spend more time on like things you need to learn, instead of like being rushed, and
you feel like you're perfecting your craft at that time.
All of the previous guests that we had, they always said that club is better. Well, works more towards you. So
well, club is very important, especially if you want to go and showcase, and you do those tournaments, and all those things that you guys get to do. So club is definitely important. It is expensive, so not everybody gets to go to those things, but definitely something that people should take advantage. But that doesn't stop you from pushing in high school. So stop self-sabotaging yourself, and just be confident in your own abilities. And as long as you're confident, like I tell him all the time, because he's always like like if we have something going on and he's stressed out, and I'm like, stop stressing. Like
it continues to adulthood.
What's the point? Don't stress. We'll figure it out. Everything gets figured out.
It's called anxiety.
Have you guys watched
Inside Out?
Inside Out too? Yeah, that anxiety is real, guys. But like you said, you were saying that it was really hard sometimes, because you would go straight from school to volleyball practice, and then I'm sure right to home. I know how this is, because we have athletes, who we know, and that's exactly what happens. How do you keep those grades up? And how do you stay motivated to keep your grades up?
So like I think right now I'm like motivated because I am taking like harder classes, GATE classes, and an AP class. So I'm like trying like to like keep my grades up, because those like classes could really help and look good like when I go to college. So like basically on like away games, like if we have like extra time, I would try to work on my homework and like waiting before that game. And our coaches like tell us like tell us like, oh guys, if you guys have homework, like you guys should do it right now, So then that's what I try to do. I try to do homework during like frost office game. So like and then like I have a lot of girls on the team that are in the same class as me and stuff like that, so we like all like could work together,
like a study group, right? Okay.
And then like after school, like sometimes I stay up way later, because like I get home later, and like I still have to shower and I have to eat, so then I have to stay up a little longer like to do my homework. But like I'm like, oh, if I don't keep my grades up, then I can't play, and if I can't play, then I can't, so it's like it just inspires me to keep my like grades up, It's
Girl,
like,
you're smart. You got GATE and AP classes. You're smart. You're super smart. What's your GPA? Like you don't have to know it, because I know grades just came out.
But my last semester's GPA was like a 3.8, I think. So I was like, 3.8? I could have been higher, but like I'm like happy.
You're a sophomore, so let me tell you this: as a sophomore, all of you guys, as sophomores, your sophomore grades and your junior grades are the most important grades that you guys will ever need. So make sure you're focused. Freshman year, yes, go ahead. I know you're going to slack off. Try not to, though. Like, it really does affect your GPA, guys. Try not to. But your sophomore year, you have another semester.
Yeah.
Okay? So you're already doing AP and GATE classes. Keep going. Like, keep going. Keep doing those classes. But try to get your GPA to like a 4.2, 4.3. Anywhere from a 4 point and above, those universities want you. So always remember that. They will always look at grades before they look at skill, guys. Grades are the first thing that hits a recruiter's desk. So transcripts, that's the first thing. And then after that, it goes into the skill.
Yeah, because they don't want what they told us is that they don't want to waste time. Well, once they see your skill and everything, then they're like, yeah. And then they see the grades like, so that's why they look at grades first.
So grades are important, but you're smart. So, and then talking about that, Mom told me you have some big goals of where you want to go to the university. So where do you want to go?
There's like 2 schools that like are like my dream schools, which are UCLA and Stanford. And I really want to go to Stanford because they have a good medical program. And it's like I want to be a pediatrician, and it's like it would really help me. And UCLA has like a good medical program as well, but it's just smaller.
Mm-hmm.
But if I go to UCLA, I would want to play volleyball and like play for them.
Mm-hmm.
And for soccer, I would want to play for Stanford. And I know somebody like their sister's on the volleyball team for Stanford, and I've like got to like talk to her a little bit, and I got to see her like practice, and it's like been fun. So like yeah.
So you've seen it. You've seen it firsthand. You know what you want. See, and you're dedicated. Those are your two top.
Yeah.
You know, your top guys. You guys have tops. You guys need some top universities. Make sure you guys get some of those. But that's important because now you know. So now the next step is: have you looked into them?
Yeah.
Academics.
Yeah.
Grades. You looked into all that.
Yeah, like
okay.
Like the chance of getting into like Stanford is like 2%. It's like
no, like
I
take the percentages out of the window. Like that's far. But as long as you're looking at the requirements, have you looked at all that?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's important. Just look at the requirements. That doesn't mean that you're not gonna get in.
Yeah.
Okay, so just keep going. As long as you're filling out the requirements, you're doing what you got to do.
Yeah.
You keep pushing. Okay. I don't want you to stop. I really want to see you like in UCLA or Stanford. I would love to see you in Stanford. So keep pushing.
But we still recommend a top 8 list though.
A top 8 list, guys. Top 8. Like have top 8 just in case. And you want to be a pediatrician? That's cool.
Yeah.
You
like that's babies. My plan. That's my plan A. Like to be a pediatrician. But like if that honestly does not work out, I would want to be a athletic trainer.
Okay.
Like
yeah,
I would want to be an athletic trainer because of my I call him my best friend, but he's my trainer in high school, and his name is Jose, and I go to him for everything.
Jose, we know everybody goes to for everything.
Yeah, Jose's always out there.
Yeah, but I would want to be an athletic trainer. That'll be so cool.
Yeah, and we've had an athletic trainer, so you know, telling his story, and you can get really far being an athletic trainer. So as long as you're in the medical field.
Yeah.
You know, whatever you want to do, but as long as you're in the medical field, that helps you to get whatever goal. And, you know, as you get older, you'll realize what you want to do. We don't know what we want to do. We still don't know what we want to do sometimes.
Yeah.
But you have room to grow, and you're going to grow. And so a little bit about that. What was it? I was going to ask you. I wanted to ask you something so bad. You have anything while I think of it?
Oh, okay. I always ask this to most of the athletes and everything, but what is your pregame rituals?
My pregame ritual is probably okay. So every game I get this one drink. I don't know. I always have to drink this one protein drink, and I always drink this one, and then I have to I take my time and I listen to music, and it's like I'm always listening to music before the game. Like I try to listen to it as long as I can, because like honestly it calms my nerves, because sometimes I do get nervous. And I give, like, before every game starts, I give whoever's, like, my forward or my mid, I give them, like, a high five. I'm like, okay, we got this. And then I just go out and I try to, like, play the best I can.
All right, can we hear what type of music it is? Everybody has different type of music they listen to. It's all private and everything, because you know nobody knows even what I'm listening to. You would not expect it for my pregame, so that's what I'm saying. So if you want to share it, hey, feel it.
It's probably the artists I listened to before, like, or probably like Daniel Caesar or like Sonder, and it's like I listen to them all the time. And I also listen to my favorite song to listen to before a game is like What We Heard, and it's like so fire. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah. And then after the post game rituals, after you get out of the game, either a hard game or a good win.
After a hard game, I take after every game, I take my own time and I reflect on it. And if it's a bad game, I try to like it's okay. Like I try to think of like all the good things I did, because I always tell my teammates, because like they get down on themselves a lot. So I'm like, guys, like we had to make you did like 100 things right before you made that one mistake, and like you can't stay on that one mistake if you did those 100 things right. So like that's how I try to think of, like, it's okay, like I made that mistake, but it's okay, I still did this good. So
you're so motivated.
Yeah.
Nice.
I just like want to take you. And I know there's stuff that makes you that. But you feel free if you want to share or not. But I think it's important that a lot of people, you know, a game is a game, and players are players and they're teammates, but you're taking that extra mile to like push them. And a lot of people don't know, like, that helps you also. And I'm pretty sure it does, right?
Yeah.
It makes you feel better.
Yeah.
Because I'm the same way. I want to push someone because it makes me also feel better. So I think it's really important that you know that you're making a difference in whoever you're talking to, and the athletes and the teammates that you're talking to. Like they probably feel good when they hear it from you.
Yeah.
Because you guys are all going through the same thing.
Yeah.
And it's important to understand that we all go through things, but once we share it and we know what we're going through together, like it's important.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're here for each other.
Yeah. And then my next question was about, I guess do you feel any pressure when it comes down to big games? Like, how do you deal with that pressure?
Sometimes I do feel like pressured because sometimes my teammates, like, I know, like, they're like very, like, I can't explain it, but they're like, yeah, you got this, like, you're my GOAT and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, like, you know, thank you, you know. But it's like, it's also like a lot of pressure because they're like counting on me sometimes. So it's like, oh, I can't mess up. But then if I think about I can't mess up, then I mess up overthinking about that. And it's like really hard to like not overthink something, but you just have to get past it, I guess. And I go and I try to play my best I can. And I try to like tell my players like, yeah, you guys got this. Like, just shake off that mistake, because there is like, I do feel pressured when like I need a score, because if I don't score, then like that could be like a game-winning score that it needs to be up there. So like to deal with it, I like try to calm myself down. Like if I'm making mistakes on the field and I'm like, oh, like I keep making this mistake and I can't, like I don't know how. I just try to tell myself like I do know how. I just can't say I can't, because I can. And like even on the court, like a volleyball court, like I keep shanking a ball and I'm like, ugh, I like, because like serve receive is so scary for me. I don't know why, but it's like I can't shank this pass because it starts with the pass, and I need, like my coaches always tell me it starts with the pass, you know. So I'm like, okay, I can't shank this pass, but I can't pressure myself. Like I just need to just go for it, and that's it.
You push yourself.
Yeah.
Definitely push yourself a lot. And pushing yourself also comes with injury sometimes, and you have to push yourself to be even better when you go through that kind of stuff. You've had some setbacks, right? So talk to us a little bit about that and how those setbacks brought you even further.
Okay, so I think it was my freshman year. I had messed up my PCL, which is under my knee, and I had messed it up, and I had overstretched it, and it like caused like bruising and swelling. And I was like, oh, like this is going to like affect everything, because it was like in the beginning of preseason and I was on JV on freshman year. So I was like, this is going to set me back so much. Like I can't, like if I stop right now, then I'm not going to be able to play, and then I'm not going to be able to like keep going and progress with my team. So I was like, no, it's okay. I'll like just push through it. So instead of like taking my time and like slowing down, I was like, it's okay, I could play through it. Hey. So then I eventually like looked back and was like, I eventually like seen like, oh, like me playing like this is like causing me more to like not play my best. So I was like, I can't do that. But then I got injured again, and I had hurt my MCL, and I was like so disappointed. I was so mad. I was really angry, because I was like, I hurt myself again, and like I did this to myself, but I kept still trying to push through it, and I kept trying to play. But then my coaches and my mom, they all talked to me. They were like, you can't keep pushing yourself to do something you can't, because you have to take care of your body first. And like my coach, she always tells me, she's like, you have to listen to your body, because your body knows what's going on. And my mom, she always tells me, she's like, oh, you need to listen to yourself, because you're hurting yourself more trying to do this. Like, it's going to hurt you in the long run. And I was like, I listened to it. I was like, you're right. So then I eventually, like, sat out, and I was like, I can't, you know? So then I tried to take that time to heal properly. And when I was better, I went back. And it was until, I think it was Thanksgiving break, I had hurt myself. And I didn't go to practice. Like, I was really trying not to go to practice, because I, like, took that whole week off. And I was like, okay, I can't go to practice, and I can't force myself to go to practice because I need to heal. So then that was really hard for me to sit out, but I was like, I'm going to sit out. I'm going to take this week. I'm fine, you know? So then I took that week. I took a couple of days, and I was like, okay. So then I went back out, and I was like, you see, like, I just need to let myself heal. And then I told my mom, she was like, she always asked me, she's like, are you okay? Like, you know? So then after a while, I was like, yeah, you're right. I need to sit out if I am hurt. And that was really hard for me. But then this year, I had I had rolled my ankle during a winter practice, because I got stuck in the mud. My coach calls me clumsy. My coach calls me clumsy. That was a clumsy mistake. But honestly, I don't think it was, because I got caught in the mud because there was a lot of mud over winter break, and I had tripped over the ball. And I had like heard a crack, and I was like, oh shoot. So then I thought I was gonna look down and my foot was gonna be like the whole other way around. But I looked down and I was like, oh, my ankle hurts so bad. But then I was like already towards the end of the practice, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna finish this practice. So then as we're like doing these drills, I'm like feeling the way like it hurts. I'm like, oh, I can't move it a certain way or it hurts. So then I'm like, what the heck? So then after practice, I called my mom. I was like, Mom, like, are you here again? She's like, no, I'm coming. And I was like, okay. And she's like, why, what's wrong? And I was like, because I rolled my ankle, but I don't know if it's like fractured or if I sprained it or something.
Yeah.
I just can't, like, I can't really walk on it. And she was like, okay, I'm gonna be there right now. So then once she gets there, we go to the emergency room. And like my foot at this point is like it's swollen. I'm like, oh no, there's like, it's bad. I'm not playing on it. Cause like old me would have been like, it's okay. Like I would have not told my mom. And would be like, I'm gonna just keep playing.
You could have pushed.
But I told my mom when we went to the emergency room. I got like X-rays done, and I just like sprained it. And I was like, okay. So I really wanted to, like, I was like, it's just a sprain. It's not broken. So like I could play. But then I like looked back and I was telling myself, I was like, no, I can't, because if I play on it right now, sprain is gonna be hurting, swollen for longer. So then they gave me crutches. I was like,
were you on crutches for a little bit? Okay.
I was like, I really don't want to use these crutches. And I told my mom, I was like, Mom, I'm not using these crutches. Like, I'm going to use everything else they give me, but I'm not going to use these crutches. She's like, if you don't use those crutches, then you're not playing, and that's it. And I was like, so because they told me how to use the crutches for at least
you
a
have
week.
to. You guys, sometimes you don't want to, like, you just want to push through, but for the injury, like, you really have to heal. So you had to use those crutches. Yeah. Did you use them?
Yeah, I used them. I even went to practices with them and did my homework. Good. Like, as doing it. And like my coaches laughed at me a little bit, and I was like, oh. And during that week it was like volleyball too. So I couldn't go to my volleyball practices either. And I had to like let them know. I was like, yeah, I can't go because I like sprained my ankle.
It's okay. It's better that you heal yourself and then you have a better comeback.
Yeah. And it was really hard because like last year, like, it was really like a mental thing where I couldn't play. So I was really like down on myself, and I was like, I can't play, and it's like my fault because I injured myself. So it was really hard trying to get through that and let myself, like, allow myself to heal. So like this year I'm happy that my coaches and my mom, how they like showed me like it's just an injury, like you just need to heal yourself, and you're gonna go out there and you're gonna be better. Because if you're trying to push through it, then you're just gonna hurt yourself in the long run.
That's all it is. And heal yourself first, and don't take it out on yourself. Yeah. Because no matter what, we're gonna go through things that we have to allow ourselves to go through to get even better. And this is just a setback, and the setbacks only make you better.
Not only physically, but mentally too.
Mentally, like like, you know, you're probably like, damn, I could have been out there. You know, but it's okay. It's okay. Like mentally, like you'll get out there. You still got 2 years, girl. Yeah. You still got time. You're still gonna do this, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna put the best, you know, effort forward. Now you got even more people pushing you. Yeah. Because we're gonna be here to push you to make sure that you get to. But best believe, like Aaliyah knows, I'll keep asking, how'd you do? What'd you do? How was soccer, girl? So definitely. Rubio was giving me the signal, so I wish we could keep going. But I'm gonna I want you to come back, you know, in a couple of months and see where you're at, where your progression is, especially with club as well. But before we let you go, is there anyone that you want to thank?
I want to thank my mom, because like she's been there, and she's like the one who like pushes me and like has allowed me to do these sports to like as my escape. So I really appreciate her. I want to thank my coaches, my coach Cervantes, for like talking to me after every game and like letting me know it's okay even after a bad game, and my coach Des for letting me letting myself, like, she lets me know that I'm on varsity for a reason, that I'm a great player, that I can't let anybody like get to me. So yeah, that's one thing.
And you're a great player, so don't let any of the whole, like, you know, you overthinking stuff. Don't do that. Don't overthink stuff. But we thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for reaching out. We really appreciate it. I love seeing that, you know, you guys aren't as nervous as, you know, when we first started doing this. So I'm excited that you guys are actually coming on. Thank you, Mom. You're in the back. And I thank you so much. Thank you for bringing on. Thank you to all the parents who actually allow us to do this as well. And, you know, we're going to be an extra push too to make sure that you guys get to the next level. With that,
We're always here for you guys.
Yeah, we are. Definitely. We're going to push even. Yeah. Trust me.
we answer all the DMs stuff. We make sure to, well, most of them. We'll get to them.
But thank you so much for joining us. We're so glad, like we said in the episode at the beginning, we travel now. So if you guys are not in the Bakersfield area, but you're somewhere else, we will make every effort to get to you guys. We want you guys to have your moment as well. So that's definitely what we do here. And with that,
don't forget to like and subscribe.
Please subscribe, guys, because we really want to get more subscribers on YouTube, guys.
We want to hit those goals.
Yeah. So, and thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one.